Good morning, ma'am. Shall we start?
This call is now being recorded.
Shall we start, ma'am? Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am? Shall we start, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Good morning, all. On behalf of IOT Academy, I welcome you all for the one-day session of National Level Faculty Development Program on Energy Audit and Green Audit. Let me introduce the resource person of today's session, Dr. Ananda Lakshmi. She is currently serving as an assistant professor, Trinity College of Engineering, Trivandrum. Her qualifications include BTech Civil Engineering, ME Structural, and PhD. She has 7 years of working experience. Dr. Ananda Lakshmi has to accredit 3 research projects: design of water treatment plant for PRS-CET, an experimental study using nanometacooling for ultra-high performance concrete, and research on thermal comfort in building roof coverings with energy-efficient materials. She has presented and published numerous papers in various national and international journals and conferences. Some of her papers include comparative analysis of thermal comfort in a building using energy-efficient material, green concrete for the future, an experimental study using nanometacooling for ultra-high performance concrete. She has also attended numerous workshops on sustainable engineering and bamboo technology. With this, I hand over the session to Dr. Ananda Lakshmi. Ma'am, please.
Yes. Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, your slides are visible, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible, ma'am. Your slides are visible.
Okay. So, yes. Good morning, Nodal. Happy to see you all here. And due to some technical issues, I got a little delay, and sorry for that. Today we'll be discussing about this energy audit and green audit. And basically, about the energy audit, we'll be giving a brief description, and we have to, I will be discussing more about this green audit, that is green building and the certification topics in detail, because that is my domain. And yes, let us go to the session. And about any point, if you are not getting me, or any voice or volume disturbances or anything like that, please do do inform me. Okay. Yes. Now, about energy auditor. Can anyone be an energy auditor? Yes. In detail, the first point, that if you want to be an energy auditor or an energy manager, the essential qualification in our country is that we must get certified as an energy auditor by passing a national level certification examination. You might be knowing that the national level test is being conducted by the aegis of BEE, that is Bureau of Energy Efficiency. And there is a uniform criterion for the certification of energy managers or energy auditors, and this will ensure the services of quality persons, that you must have a prerequisite knowledge on the subject, and also your availability in industry. They may be testing by this test. The certification examination is basically conducted based on a particular syllabus or curriculum approved by the Bureau. This will be modified time to time based on the feedback received by the future developments. What are the prerequisites and annual earnings after passing this particular exam? Or as if you are serving as an energy auditor, you'll be earning an average 5.5 lakhs per annum. That is only an average, and you can earn up to some to 3.5 to 12.5 lakhs on an average when considering the income of this energy auditors. For this, you should be a graduate engineer with a postgraduate degree in management or equivalent with 2 years of work experience involving use of energy in operation, maintenance, planning, etc. Also, the candidates are requested to have acquired a number of years of work experience on the closing date of application. That is, while applying for the exam above the that application date, before the closing date, these all qualifications should be met. And going deep into this green audit, that is, we have to discuss more on the civil engineering aspects, how this green certification can be grabbed. For that, we must know what is a green building. You might have heard, and even nowadays it is very common to see a green building in our areas because people are now more aware about the benefits of this. And while we are all the academicians in working in this particular area, we must know a bit more in detail about this to convince our clients and also to share the knowledge to our industries. So, what is a green building? A green building is what ensures optimum utilization of water and energy, conserves natural resources, generate less water, and provide a healthier space for the occupants as compared to the conventional building. So, how this healthier spaces of occupants is being given to a occupant? This is what we are going to discuss in detail. By reducing the energy and water consumption to less and half of the present consumption in conventional building, they have been meeting this. For this, a complete elimination of construction and operational waste through the recycling and reuse has been made. It is concerns related to water and energy efficiency and reduction in fossil fuel use, handling of consumer water and conserving natural resources. This has been possible. Also, they help to enhance this occupant's health and well-being, which is assuming a greater importance nowadays. How this green rating for green building certification is being possible. Hope the projection is clear. Yes. Uh, yes, ma'am. Okay. Rating of building based on the green norms is termed as this green rating. How this particular rating can be given to a building. Globally, green building rating systems are largely voluntary in nature and have been instrumental in raising awareness and popularizing green building designs. The concept of raising is an attempt to achieve national level priorities such as water efficiency, handling of waste, energy efficiency, reduce the use of fossil fuels and dependency on virgin materials, and in effect the occupational health. That is what this green rating aims to. Well, as per the rule 10.3 of MBBL, you mean what is? Do you know what is MBBL? Is this Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs? The state governments may prepare their separate green rating systems for buildings. This is what we have to note about. That is, based on this Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, every state has been preparing their own criteria to evaluate how a building rating, that is green rating, can be given to a particular building. So here we'll be discussing in detail what are the general criteria to be considered, and in detail to some point I will be giving you an explanation on how Kerala government is doing this, and on according to that you have to inquire more about what is happening in your own states, and in another session if possible I can explain that in a national level also. So here we'll be discussing as a general how these criteria are being met and what are the criteria to be considered. For this we have to consider the following guidelines, that is IGBC guidelines by the Confederation of Indian Industries and the Griha rating system. Accordingly, the sustainable aspects of green rating systems for the state are selected and clubbed under the following modules. These are the particular modules to be considered on behalf of this. The green rating of green building certifications are being provided on basis of this particular modules are satisfied or not. First thing is a site planning and construction management. Second one is provisions under water conservation and management. And the third one is provisions under solar energy utilization and the provisions under energy efficiency and the provisions under waste management, finally, occupant comfort and well-being. What is this site planning and construction management? First one is site selection itself. The site selection means where there is low impact design and preserve and protecting existing landscape during construction. Nowadays, we have been observing that wherever people are ready or wherever people are planning to propose a building, they'll be firstly cutting off all the trees and existing natural utilities and they'll be making it into a very plain ground so that the ground can be utilized on the maximum, that is maximum area can be used on, and that is completely and strictly prohibited for this green rating system. That is what they are recommending is we must preserve the nature as it is and we have to consider the maximum natural resources along with our building construction techniques. For that, air and water pollution control measures adopted during construction should be considered and labor safety and sanitation should also be pampered along this particular criteria. Next one is the provisions under water conservation and management. Again, the rainwater harvesting system. I think in many states now it has been a mandatory criteria to be sanctioned along with the plan getting sanctioned for a building construction. They must include along with the sanitary treatment plants and everything, this rainwater harvesting system is to be mandatorily included. That is already been started in many states, and now this is very important and very mandatory in the case of green rating also. Now, the wastewater recycle and reuse should be considered. Also, the low water consumption plumbing fixtures should be ensured and the reduction of hardscape. Of course, this cutting of trees and everything should be avoided to a maximum and the automatic water level controllers to be considered. The third one is provisions under solar energy utilization. Sorry. Yes, the third point is solar energy utilization. We all know that the ultimate source of energy is our sun rather than nothing more. The installation of solar photovoltaic panels is a must and that is to be carried out mandatory along with the building construction techniques and installation of solar assisted water heating systems. So the solar energy utilization is very much encouraged and they are motivating to use maximum of the solar energy while during the construction purposes. The fourth construction, not along the construction, during the whole period of service period of the building. And the fourth point is provisions under energy efficiency. So this energy efficiency can be met under this particular energy efficiency techniques such as low energy consumption fixtures. That is now it is available in our market or industry as the electrical appliances that is compiled with this BEE standard energy efficient appliances. So as we all know that there are basically already we are having this 3-star 5-star ratings and everything. There might be a slight change in the rates also. The some people will be considering the energy saving is rather less important than their as a saving in economy, but that is wrong. We must consider the energy saving priority. We must give priority to the energy efficiency, and this can be focused only under this rating systems when considered. So this BEE standard energy efficiency appliances are to be advised, and energy efficiency in HVAC system, heating, ventilation and cooling systems. This energy efficiency must be considered, and the smart metering and monitoring. That is, now we are having the smart TV when there is no audience to watch it, and when if we are going apart, they will be turning off automatically. Like that, some smart techniques, and this light and fan, everything. We might be unknowingly or unknowingly, we must be forgetting to turn off after the use, and now we can incorporate this smart techniques into this, because even if we are not doing, energy will be automatically, they will be saving as these equipments itself are smarter than us, and they'll be turning off if there is no one inside the, by using their sensors. But if there is no one inside the room, this particular lights and the fan will be turning off. This smart system should be incorporated in coming days by using this sensor systems. This is possible without much energy or without much economy. And building envelope considerations in ECBC. ECBC means Energy Conservation Building Code. This is available in our nation and also approved by each state agencies by their own, incorporating their own criteria. And minimize the heat exposure. That is, roof coverings can be considered by giving separate considerations for roof, while giving the thermal comfort by indulging several matters in the roof coverings itself. And non-fossil fueling facility for electric cars and everything. This energy efficiency can be maintained. And the waste management, yet another important factor to be considered for this green rating. That is, we can consider the organic waste management or treatment, that is e-waste management or plastic waste management. The e-waste management means we are using a lot and several electronic equipments, and after a single use or something, if there is some damage or something to be, even some small repairing may do, but many people hesitate to do that repairing, and they'll be simply throwing it out. So this throwing out materials, where are they going? They are making a large dump, and they are becoming a very much nonsense and nuisance to our natural resources. So this can be avoided by this e-waste management when incorporating them with the building construction techniques, so that the energy wasting or energy dumping culture can be minimized, and also we can use them effectively, saving economy also. And the plastic waste management, we know that our building construction technique is now having a very what to say headache, is the C&D waste, construction and demolition waste. This waste along with the plastic waste we can make indulged in the building construction itself. So well, by providing this as a energy, sorry, this under this criteria for green rating, they will be observing what percentage of building construction materials has been taken from this particular waste and everything, how efficiently we are utilizing such waste materials and that they will be observing. This is how this is included in green rating systems. Occupant comfort and well-being, that is no smoking in common areas. We can very commonly see this particular board in many public areas already nowadays. Still, many people hesitate to do that. Recently, also, I have seen in a public bus stop here, there was the board no smoking, and a person was simply standing just behind the board and would like to smoke there because he is much smarter. He thinks he is smart when he is doing that. That is the culture which is a bad culture has been seen in our area, and we must raise voice against that, at least in the coming days and in our future generation. Let our kids be trained on this. Then the facilities of health and well-being and maintaining good IAQ. You know what is IAQ? That is indoor air quality. Yes, very much important thing is indoor air quality through sufficient ventilation and dedicated facilities to service staff, green education for occupants. That is, without if there is no use, you can turn off the light, and if we are getting easy available natural ventilation, you can turn off the fan. Such green education to be given to the occupants also, so that they can utilize it maximum even after the construction techniques. Design for differently abled children is a indulged in this particular occupant comfort well-being, and as a green building, this must be considered. Then integrated building management system, that is comes under the operations. That is a wide topic to discuss. Now just we will be discussing much more about other things also. So these are the 6 basic things to be considered for the green rating or green building certification techniques. In detail, these are the schemes given for green rating and green building certification. Sorry. So we have already been discussing about the criteria to be considered for green rating systems and how they are considered or how they are indulged in our construction or certification technique. That is what we are going to discuss about. These are given based on giving certain points on this particular things. And like in an exam, what we are scoring, the same criteria is here also given. That is, we are giving points to certain techniques also. Yes. Presentation. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Is it clear now? Any change?
It is visible now.
Visible, no?
It is visible.
Okay. Can I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So these are the scheme. And the first point considered while giving the rating criteria are, first point is site planning and construction management. This site selection, they are giving a maximum of 3 points. Low impact design, preserve and protection landscape during construction, they are giving 2 points. And air and water pollution control during construction on site, they are giving 2 points on a maximum. Labor safety and sanitation, what much considered, they are giving a maximum of 2 points. Management of construction and demolition waste, how far we are using the C and D waste, based on that they are awarding a 3 points of maximum. And the rainwater harvesting, that comes under the water conservation and management, the second criteria that we have been discussed. This water conservation giving that is rainwater harvesting system, if provided, they are giving a maximum of 3 points for that. Low water consumption plumbing fixtures, if used, they are giving a 3 points. Wastewater recycle and reuse, if we are considering, we will be giving, we will be we are given, that is I am talking as the applicant, and by government what they are giving on that basis that I am talking. I hope this is clear, the concept is clear to you all. And reduction of hardscape, if we are considering, they are giving us 1 point. Automation and water level controllers, 1 point. Third criteria considered is provision under solar energy utilization. This solar energy utilization, for installation of solar photovoltaic panels, they are giving 5 points. Installation of solar assisted water heating systems. I think many people are now already using this. So if we are applying for a green rating system, we will be given, definitely we will be awarded much more points than what we can expect. So as only just a small or a very lesser points to be check the whether if it is there or not. Let us see what are the other points. For the fourth provision or the fourth criteria under energy efficiency, if we are using low energy consumption lighting fixtures, that is electrical applicants, that is BEE star and energy efficient applicants, we can get maximum of 3 points. Energy efficiency in HVAC systems and air conditioners, we can get 3 points. Energy efficiency can be obtained by basically using the star rated appliances, as well as maximum of providing ventilation and openings to our construction. While doing the construction itself, we can provide a maximum openings in our particular building. And the smart metering and monitoring, that is typically used based on the sensors. Nowadays many people are using this, and the smart metering and monitoring can be achieved by can give us a maximum of 2 points. Minimize the heat exposure, that is on the roof, we can provide certain plasterings and false ceilings, and also this particular filler slab techniques, anything and everything, this pitched roof techniques, this can reduce our heat that is the defect due to heat, that is discomfort of occupants by this energy of heat, can be reduced, and by this we can get a maximum of 2 points. And a charging facility of electric cars, if we are giving in our building a charging facility for electric car also, they think we are futuristic, and for that particular idea and particular thought, we can get a maximum of 2 points. The fifth one is provisions under waste management. For this waste management, the segregation of waste provision, treatment plan, organic waste management or treatment, etc., we can get a maximum of 3 points. How far we are thinking about it and how far we are managing this waste and associated criteria, we can get a maximum of 3 points. The e-waste management, as I said, just simply throwing away, rather than simply throwing away, if we are collecting and if we are particularly working on it, we can get a maximum of 1 point. And the plastic waste management, if done properly, we can get a maximum of 1 point. The sixth criteria is occupant comfort and well-being. The occupant comfort by no smoking in common areas, by providing such provisions in our buildings and associated area, we can get a maximum of 1 point. And the facilities for health and well-being, what are facilities we are providing, we will be getting a maximum of 3 points in our public, that is exposure to the public part, or if in a residential building also, if whatever facilities we are giving for the health and well-being, such as proper ventilations and such as proper lighting systems, and this everything as mentioned above, every rating systems, that overall they are giving us a 3 point. Then the dedicated facilities for service staff, that is if we are considering the staff in a public building, that is an office or industry or anything like that, they are giving us a 3 points for that. And finally, the green education for occupants, that is if we are giving proper awareness, we might be noting that in public buildings they have been written certain notices that please switch off fan and light after use. Such simple awareness can also be included in this particular criteria, that is green education for occupants. That is not just about this electric occupants, for everything if we are considering this green education, that is properly putting the into the waste into the dustbins, that is the waste management, everything can be included under this particular criteria, and then they will be giving us several points. Based on the points occurred, this is how the classification of buildings has been made. In addition to that, building having IGBC or Griha or ASOCAP, GEM, or these are all separate certification techniques. No, these certifications can also be considered as an international level, like USGBC, LEED, BREEAM, CASB, etc., considered as Grade A green building as per this process. Time is not enough to explain this all in detail. We will be discussing about all these things if we are getting another session on this. So here, coming back to this thing, this is classification of building based on the points achieved. So grade A, if a single family residential building is applying for this particular green rating system, we have to achieve a maximum of 24 to 18 points for getting into the chart of grade A building. And if our point is in between 17 to 10, will be given or we will be graded under the B category of buildings. So still we are having this green certification if in a single family residential building we are getting a point of maximum of a minimum of a 10 to maximum of a 24, we will be awarded a grade A or grade B for our building. Hope this is clear. And for a residential apartment, the point varies from 53 to 48 to get a grade of A, and 47 to 37 to get a grade of B. Industrial building, you must acquire 45 to 50 grades to get a grade of A, and 44 to 34 to get a grade of B. Other buildings, any other building other than single residential building, residential apartment, or industrial building, the credits must be 51 to 56 to get a grade A, and 50 to 40 it gives you grade B for as your green building certification for your building. This is for new construction. And if you think you are having existing construction or existing building you have, and you can still apply for this green certification. For that, the grades are little different and the points are little different. That is just 18 to 23 will do to get a grade A for a single family residential building. And grade B remains the same as 10 to 17. For a residential apartment, again the point is different, such as 36 to 41 credits can give you a grade A, and 25 to 35 can give you grade B. That is little lenience we are getting if we are applying for a existing building. Okay. Now, for industrial building, it is much lesser than the new construction, that is 33 to 38 credit can give you grade A and 22 to 32 can award you grade B for your existing industrial building. Other buildings, any other buildings, we are having lenience here, that is 39 to 44 point can get a grade A certification, as well as 28 to 38 point can get a grade B certification as a green building nowadays, acquiring this much points. Now, you might be thinking, after this points, after getting this points or after getting this certification, what's my particular use? How can I get advantaged by this? That is, we are getting separate incentives for this. Okay, government is providing separate incentives if you are particularly considering mother nature also. Okay, so by giving or by acquiring a green building certification, if you are awarded a grade A, you are given a 50 percentage reduction in one time building tax. Oh wow, that's really great. So this 25 percentage reduction can be awarded for a grade B, and this is applicable for newly constructed green building. Hence, it is not applicable to existing building because this can be grabbed only for the one-time building tax. Okay. Yes. Now, what is uh, the particular other incentives that we can apply for? That is a 1% reduction if you are that is reduction in stamp duty during the transactions or stamp duty. We can get a 1% of reduction for a new construction, and in also the existing building for a one that is for grade A, and for grade B that is 0.5% reduction if the construction and certification of green building happens after a transaction of the property, where transaction occurs one after the other date of issues of this guideline. Incentive equivalent to prescribed reduction in stamp duty based on the valuation of existing green building as per the valuation of certificate calculated as per the CPWD rate is applicable. This 1% is not that too less, because we all know that in our area this broker charges are even comes up to some 2% or 3%. So if even if they are getting that much income while considering this 2 to 3%, so this 1% reduction in stamp duty is really worth it. Now, property tax, this property tax we can get a 20% reduction for grade A and a 10% for grade B. This rebate for 2 years. After 2 years, the applicant have to resubmit, and the compliance of availing the rebate further, they have to resubmit, and the certification should be renewed. Okay. Okay. So these are the incentives in a primary way. Now, for getting these incentives, and if you think you are having this emergency, or we are already having existing buildings, or if you are going to construct a building, how can I apply for this? How can I get the certification, and where to apply for it? For that, the application process, this is what I have mentioned in the beginning, that this may vary from state to state, because national agency have given only a outline, that general things are we discussing here, and this may vary from state to state. And here, this application process, I am focusing on what is happening here in my state, that is Kerala. Okay. Application process, the developer or owner have to submit an application before the empaneled consultant for getting the green building certification and the rating. The empaneled consultant licensee for green building rating shall evaluate the application after the verification of site and building, and check on compliance of the criteria for green rating, and issue the green building certification within 60 days. So that was not a long process. We will be getting this in a very little lesser period, that is 60 days. And evaluation fee shall be charged by impaneled construction consultant for green building certification and rating. The evaluation fee for certification shall be 50% of the permit fee prescribed in the building rules, subject to a maximum of rupees 5,000 for residential building and a minimum of 5,000 for other buildings. What is the validity of certification? This green building certification is usually given for a period of 2 years, okay? And on completion of 2 years, the certificate can be validated or renewed based on certifications like USGBC LEED or BREEAM or CASB, etc. Because this is all updating. They are all updating each and every meetings every 6 months or something. They are having their meetings and updations, and these points can be updated every or annually or even 2 times annually. So if the validity of IGBC or GRIHA or ASSOCHAM GEM certification can experienced at a time of application, the application will be considered only in grade B category. Okay. Now, how can I avail this incentive? For availing the benefits, the certification issued by the impaneled construction consultant shall be produced before the respective departments. So, where we are giving or we are applying for this particular application should be produced before the respective departments to avail this particular incentives. Grievance and redressal and monitoring. We will be having district level committee and also state nodal mechanism. This is what happening in Kerala. Almost like the similar things will be happening in states, but might be a slight different while coming to this panel and everything. In our place, the district level committee consists of grievance redressal and for monitoring the certification process in each district. The members include district town planner, that is LSGD, local self government development planning chairman and convener might be a member. Also, the district engineer, that is agency for non-conventional energy and rural technology. Here we are having this unearthed for this particular thing, and each state they will be having separate agencies for it. And officially from energy management center, here we in Kerala we are having this energy management center throughout, and in every state they are having similar agencies on this. In electrical inspector, department of electrical inspectorate, and environmental engineer from district office of the pollution control board might be a member of this committee, and assistant or associate professor, that is from civil engineering or architectural department, from any government or aided engineering college, might be a member. This is what we are following here in our place. If there is any grievance against the decision of district level committee, appeal can be placed. Okay, this is not just up to this district level committee alone. So we can charge or we can file a appeal apart from this particular district level committee before the state nodal agency. Okay. The details of the certified green buildings with the rating shall be submitted to the committee by empaneled consultants after certification. Okay, the committee may randomly select buildings for the appraisal. If the committee feels necessary, the site and building may be physically verified by the members of committee or person authorized to check for compliance of any criteria of the green building. Okay, that is, if the committee that we will be providing or we will be producing our data regarding the points and everything to this particular committee, and if they feels it is not necessary, and if they are they are or the committee finally to decide how the grading to be given to the particularly applied building, so they will be giving site planning buildings and physically verifying with their associated members, and any grievance against of this empaneled consultant or any certification issued by the panel consultant shall be dealt by this particular committee. Okay. Now, what is the state nodal mechanism? This state nodal mechanism is what after the district level committees for a the redressal of grievances, we are having a state nodal mechanism coordinating the activities of EMC and the district committees, and making proposals and giving advices to government. This is what they are doing. This energy management center and this district committees will be preparing separate reports for the applicants and as well as everything, and these reports will be submitted to the government authorities for the proper verification and further processes. For this, a particular mobile application is even under process. That is a great blessing. No? Okay. Now, everything is under our click against us, and in our fingers, we can know everything. And this particular application is still under process, and we can expect in a very soon. We can expect in our hands also. So, this particular application, what we can notice that this application is having interface for building developer. Oh wow! For the order also, it is possible to just through the application, these things can be easily grabbed. And this user interface for empaneled consultant licensee, they can also use that. So the user interface has been given to the consultant license also, and for monitoring authority also one interface has been given. So these three people can just simply go through the application, and all these things can be observed and applied easily wherever we are. That is completely online process. This user interface or developer or owner will be having, these are the things include that is, these are the things to be included in the application. That is, we will be having a registration portal and a payment gateway for the application fee and submission for details as per the checklist. That is, we can take the photographs from the mobile application itself. So for our building, we can take a photographs through the mobile application itself. The photographs and geotags can be uploaded, videos can be taken, various certificates can be already downloaded and can be applied for. The invoices related to this particular teams and points and everything can be observed, and the calculation sheets is also available in the application itself. So provision for a preliminary or more green assessment is what aiming by this particular user interface developer or application they are aiming for. This user interface for empaneled consultant include registration, a login ID, password, OTP, preliminary evaluation and option for comment, final evaluation and issue green building certification. Everything is possible. Just take click away. That's really good, no? Monitoring authority can track the status of applications received, provision to verify the details submitted by the empaneled consultants on green certified buildings, and mark comments on the evaluation. What we are waiting for is that this application should also have an audit trial and the security standards also. This is what we are waiting for. So after that, we will be easily getting this application in our hands. This is what happening in our place, and as a general, this is generally applicable for any green building certifications. Hope this has been easily understood, and thank you for the patient listening. Thank you.
The session is open for discussion now. Can post your queries in the chat box. You can unmute and interact with the resource person. You can unmute and interact with the resource person. You can post your queries in the chat box also. I'll read it to ma'am. You can post your queries in the chat box also. Ma'am is ready to help you.
Thank you, Tina Shete. Yes, thank you. Yes, one question is rebate system work for educational buildings. Of course, we can apply for the educational buildings. They are actually focusing on educational buildings first. That is what given in as per instructions for us. Because this is for mainly should focus on the coming generation. No, you can apply it directly if you are having a solar energy efficiency panel on in your institution, and also if you are having the all the criterias what we have discussed, if you are having in your educational building, you can definitely apply for it, and they will be considering much easier than any other particular building. Thank you, Iftikar Rahman. Thank you for the question, and I hope this is clear. Thank you.
Any other queries, please post it in the chat box. I'll read it, ma'am. You can also unmute and interact with the resource person. Please post your questions. Ma'am is ready
Thank
to help you. Yes.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. And it will be very grateful if you can say any particular comments on my session. Even if not questions, you can even comment. Thank you.
It's a wonderful session. Thank you, ma'am. PPT will be sharing it in the group, ma'am.
Sorry.
No, ma'am. Somebody asked for PPT. We will be sharing it in the group, ma'am.
Yeah, I will try. I will try. Yes, thank you, Rahman. Thank you, Vinay Kumar, sir. Thank you, Vijay Raja, sir. Thank you. Yes, thank you for the organizers as well. Thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am, shall we wind up, or do you have any other sources or videos to share, ma'am?
There is no other questions. We can definitely wind up. And thanks a lot for the organizing committee, and thank you for the corporation and everything so far. And definitely for a better, better. I was actually having many more resources to share, but due to the time constraints, we could discuss only this much. And if we are interested, we can meet with another topic into much advanced sessions and all. Yes, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
And we
you,
have
Helen, Banu. And actually, I am a little, I have a little difficulty to read Tamil, and I can, this is Munaivar Sagaya
Shaila.
Shaila. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, or thank you, sir. Sorry, I don't know that. Linda Josephine, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Helen, Balu. Thank you.
On behalf of IoT, I thank Dr. Ananda Lakshmi, ma'am, for the unique and enlightening session, ma'am. And we thank you once again for that amazing presentation. Your tips on green audit and energy audit will be very fruitful and beneficial. And we had a unique and enlightening session. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your efforts. And thank you for spending a valuable time with us. We expect with you more sessions, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I thank all the participants for joining the session today.
Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome, ma'am. Kindly fill the feedback form using the link that will be posted in the chat box. Thank you all. Kindly fill the feedback form using the link that has been posted in the chat box. Thank you all.